Is that right? We're on? How about that? There's a trick to being a host, and I'll catch on to it before we're done. I hope you're enjoying yourself as much as I am. We're going to be meeting now somebody I don't know, except from the tube, from one of the other shows which has kept television from being a criminal felony. I think it's a wonderful show, Taxi. Don't you like it? He also made a very considerable name for himself before Taxi ever happened as a comedian, and he's a man of many personalities and surprises. God knows what he has in store for us now. Mr. Andy Kaufman. They want to know how your head is.
Oh, it's...
Somebody just said that.
It's healing very well.
It's healing very well.
Yeah.
You want to talk about wrestling, don't you?
Well, actually, not anymore.
I'm delighted to hear that.
Why, you don't like wrestling?
No, but I heard you talking about wrestling on another talk show.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be nice to talk about you.
Okay. I could talk about it if you want.
About wrestling?
If you'd like. I'll talk about anything you'd like to talk about.
I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by all the characters you do. And the other night I saw on Taxi a scene taking place in the native country of wherever it is, Gondolivia, of the basic character you play in Taxi. What is the name of that country?
There is no name.
There's no name. That's better that way. Yes.
Call it Latka Land if you want.
Yeah, all right. What was so great about it? Did you see that scene? It was a whole. It was like a whole feature movie in 6 minutes of life and death in Lower Slobovia. And, what was so great about it was that you played it very straight and with tremendous sincerity, as though you had Ibsen on your hands and not a lot of comedy writers, and it gave it a very curious resonance. And it was one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really was. And all those characters are great. I want to know why it is that you go and wrestle with people when you can act so well.
I always liked wrestling until this happened.
Yes.
And now I don't like it anymore.
You don't? Good. Good. It would seem to me that although acting is a dangerous business, wrestling might become a little monotonous.
Well, it
One
wasn't.
broken neck after another.
That's true.
Yeah. Your group in Taxi is full of some of the most talented people in show business. It's almost unbelievably loaded with talent. But it only occasionally seems to be an ensemble show to me. It seems a little like a Catherine wheel in which everybody's blowing off in wild directions. It's part of the charm of it. And I think it's partly, too, because of the set, which doesn't contain you, doesn't make a community of you. There you are, coming in from nowhere and drifting out again and so on. And it's perfectly adapted to your character because nobody ever came from nowhere more completely than... You know, when I first used to see you on television, when you were doing that basic character, I thought that was all you could do. I didn't know you had another voice.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I know you do. We've heard a lot of them.
Yeah.
Where did you find that original voice?
I don't know. I grew up in New York, and you hear a lot of different voices in New York. And
You don't hear that one.
I think I had a high school friend talked like that, and also a college roommate talked like that. High school friend was from South America. A college roommate was from Iran. And I guess the blend of the two turned out, well, actually, there was other people. Let me see, I knew another guy from, I don't know what other country, but it was just a blend of all the people from other countries that I heard, and I blended them all together and came up with that voice.
Yeah, sure. Boy, is that a blend. And it's fascinating. I don't know whether it's the innocence of the fellow, or the feeling you have that he is not stupider than everybody, but maybe smarter, that adds to the fascination. How long did you play him before Taxi?
Oh, it was one of the first characters I ever did. The first character I ever did was my imitation of Elvis Presley.
Yes,
and
I've seen that. That's great. Yeah, that's great. Have you seen that? That's sensational.
The next character, after Elvis Presley, was that character.
Yeah.
Of course, the third character was well, he wasn't a character. There's a lot of debate about whether it's a character or a real guy. That's Tony Clifton, but that's a whole that's a whole other stuff.
That's metaphysics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the three early ones.
Yeah. Now for a while it looked like we weren't going to have Taxi anymore, but we are, aren't we?
Yes.
That's good. I'm glad we are. There's something to look forward to. All right, we'll be right back.